Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm sick. I feel like crap, but I did not want to miss filming my video for you guys today, so I dragged my body out of bed, put on some comfy clothes, slapped some makeup on my face, made myself some tea, drugged myself with lots of cold medicine, and here we are. I kept thinking that maybe it would pass and I wouldn't really get full-blown sick because I've been feeling kind of under the weather for the last couple of days. And I was gonna film yesterday, but I was thinking like, I'm not really feeling super up to it. Maybe I'll be feeling better tomorrow. Haha, yes. Well, now tomorrow is here and I'm just feeling worse. So we're just gonna roll with it. I'm sorry if I don't look as put together as I normally do, although I will say this eyeshadow that I'm wearing right now is from Sephora collection. It is the shade Lucky Penny. It's one of their like little eyeshadow singles. I got this for like $5 as a weekly wow from Sephora. This is giving me life right now. It's what I'm wearing all over my lids, and let me tell you, if you're feeling crappy and you don't really want to try very hard, just put on a little glitter glue and slap like a pretty shimmery shade all over your lids, and it immediately makes you look way more alive than you actually feel. So I wanted to tell you guys about some of the products that I've been loving this month in January. And while we're here and while I'm feeling kind of like junk, I thought I could also share a couple of things that I really love when I'm sick that make me feel a lot better, because I know I am not alone right now. There are probably some of you at home right now watching YouTube in bed with a cold or the flu or a GI bug, because all of those things are going around right now. So if you are homesick and you are watching one of my videos, leave me a comment down below. Show me some solidarity. I feel your pain. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Lauren. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me, even though my energy level is about a third of what it normally is, and I look a little sickly. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with occasional bonus videos on Saturday, so I hope you guys will come back for more of my future content and hopefully see me when I'm feeling a little bit better. And in the meantime, why don't we get to chatting about some products that I've been loving this month. So one of the first things it is this right here. It's tea. I'm a tea addict. I love tea. I drink it pretty much every single day and have been known to have multiple cups of tea a day. When I was still working at the doctor's office, I basically like kept my entire cubicle stocked with tea, and like people would always come to me to make them a cup. I basically have like an entire array of things for them to choose from because I just am kind of obsessed. It's a thing I'm a nut about. And I actually just recently cashed in my DavidsTea rewards points to pick up some free tea. First of all, can we talk about how adorable their Valentine's Day collection tins are? They have this little like rose pattern on them. I'm kind of obsessed with this. So I picked up the chocolate macaroon tea. It was something I tried in the advent calendar this year. It is so good. It tastes like chocolate and coconut, and it's divine. It also, I think, has some rock sugar in the actual tea, so it has like a little bit of sweetness to it, even if you don't add additional sweetener. Although when I did go to the store to pick this up, they made me a free cup of tea and they put chocolate and coconut flavored agave in it. Decadent. Oh my god, so good, so good. So especially right now that I'm feeling like my throat is on fire and I just am like all congested and gross, having like a nice hot cup of tea feels incredible right now. So I am very much appreciating having this in my stash. If you don't have a DavidsTea near you, you can order from them online. They are a Canadian brand, but they do have shops now here in the US, but you can pretty much order anything from them online. They are amazing. If you like tea and you're down with the whole loose leaf tea thing, I would highly recommend checking them out. Also, just as a little FYI, if you don't already own like the little strainers or tea mugs or things like that, DavidsTea sells these little like DIY tea bags that you basically just fill with loose leaf tea, and you can make yourself a little tea bag, which is what I did today because I just didn't feel like being bothered with cleaning out a tea strainer because I am in lazy mode right now. So something you guys almost never hear me talk about, which to like an older version of myself is so crazy because I have a massive nail polish collection and I love nail polish, and I definitely have gone through phases of my life where my nails were pretty much always painted, and in the last year I really fell off the bandwagon. If you guys want to know the story of what really happened, I think it was maybe almost 2 years ago now. I slammed my finger in the door between my house and the garage, like leaving my house one day, and I didn't break my finger, but I basically completely shattered my fingernail. It was kind of horrendous. It was awful. Like my fingernail fell off, my whole finger was bruised. So I basically didn't wear nail polish for a good 6 to 8 months while my finger healed, because I obviously couldn't paint that nail, and I just felt weird having like one random finger looking like the odd duck. So that really threw me off my manicure like game, where I was so regular about doing it, and then I just stopped painting my nails altogether, and I've had a really hard time like getting back in the swing of things. So I've been kind of like trying to do it more lately. Of course, I just took my nail polish off and I haven't repainted my nails yet, so of course I'm not wearing any right now. But one of the brands that I revisited in the last month is Zoya, and it reminded me how much I love their nail polish formula. It is so good, and these I think retail for around $8, $9. They're not like the most expensive nail polishes out there, but they are really, really great, and I do believe that they are free formaldehyde, toluene, butyl phthalate, and camphor. So I think that makes them 1, 2, 3, 4 free nail polishes. But they're really good stuff. I love their whole like natural collection. These are 2 of the shades that I've wore recently. This one's called Normani, which is this really sort of like dark taupey purple kind of shade, and then this one's called Monica, which is like a true royal purple plum. Super pretty for this time of year. So these are both something that I've worn recently. It's a very like chip-free, long-wearing formula. Goes on really easy. The only thing about this I'm not as big of a fan of is the brush. It's very skinny, kind of more like the Essie brush, which is not my favorite. I prefer a brush that's a little bit thicker just because I have wider nail beds. That's just me. But this is something that I think if you like Essie polishes and you've never tried Zoya before, they're really amazing, and I think you would like it a lot. Another product rediscovery for me this month was a mascara. So when I went to Florida, I didn't feel like bringing a full-size tube of mascara because A, I have a million travel sizes, so why not take advantage of it, and B, I only packed a carry-on, so I was trying to be extra mindful of my space in my like little fluids bag. So I decided to reach into my little stash and pull out this sample that I had of the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. I got this as part of a 500 point perk from Sephora maybe a month or 2 ago. This is something I haven't used in over a year now, and I had gotten it originally from Influencer to test out, and I absolutely loved it, but it's like a $26 mascara, which is really kind of expensive, so I hadn't ever gone out and repurchased it since then. So I was really excited to get this sample because this mascara is amazing, and just immediately, as soon as I used it again, I was like, oh, where have you been all my life? I have missed you. Just so good. This is for someone that likes voluminous, very dramatic lashes. If you're someone that likes a very light, fluttery, natural look, this is not the mascara for you by any means, because it's very thickening, and it doesn't really give you spidery lashes, I would say. Like, it does still give you some separation, but it does like really amp up the look of your lashes. It's really intense. I love the wand. It kind of has that sort of slight hourglass shape to it, so you can really get both the inner and the outer corners of your lashes and like really intensify them. It's just bomb. This is like an amazing mascara, and if you can get it in the mini version, I know that this has been sampled in a lot more like sampler kits and things now. It's great because obviously spending $26 in the full size is a lot if you're going to throw it out in 3-4 months. So I'm glad that I was able to get the sample of it because it's amazing and I missed it in my life. Now, like on the total other end of the price spectrum, I did try a new mascara this month that was also very good from Catrice. This is the Couture Extreme Volume Mascara. I used this in my drugstore Getting Ready With Me tutorial that I did a week or 2 ago. And this is actually really, really nice. It's about $8 when it's not on sale, which is very reasonably priced. And this was a really cool mascara. It has one of those rubber bristle wands, and the actual like little spikes are super, super short, which is kind of nice because it's less likely to accidentally like stab you in the eye, which is one of those things. If you use like the rubber bristled wands, the ones that have like really long spiky bristles, it's so easy to accidentally poke yourself in the eye. It's very uncomfortable. You're not gonna have that problem with this. It's got very, very fine, tiny little bristles, and a lot of them, and it's also very straight. So what I find this mascara is really good for is separating and lengthening the lashes. It does definitely add definition and volume, not as much as like the Marc Jacobs one or like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This is gonna be the mascara for you if you're looking for something that's everyday, natural, but that's still gonna make your lashes actually like look like they have mascara on them, like that's gonna give them that effect, but is not super dramatic. I think this is something worth checking out, and it didn't flake on me. It lasted really well. I didn't have any problem with smudging or transferring or anything like that, so for $8, this is a winner. So I feel like my subscription boxes slash bags this month were actually pretty on point. BoxyCharm this month was really, really good, and I actually liked a lot of the products that we got in January, but the thing that I've been surprisingly into is this Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. So I have very oily skin typically, so anything with the words like luminizing or glowy in it when it comes to complexion products kind of freaks me out a little bit, because I usually get plenty of natural glow without the assistance of anything else. So I was kind of unsure of whether or not I would like this, but since I've been using it, I think it's actually really, really nice. It's got a very silicone-y texture. It's kind of like somewhere between Smashbox Photo Finish and Benefit Professional. Like if those had a baby, I feel like that would be how this feels. And while it says it's a luminizer primer, it doesn't actually have like shimmer in it, which I like. I do not appreciate like primers that are just full of glitter. I don't really understand the appeal of having just like glitter all over your face, especially for me having oily skin. But that's not the case with this at all. I feel like it adds hydration and like a nice glide, and it kind of fills in your pores and smooths everything out, but it doesn't make your skin too glowy, too hydrated, too greasy, etc. So I've been pairing this with my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation, which is very matte, and I think the two look beautiful together. So nice. Of course, it's like a stupidly expensive combination, and obviously I didn't have to pay full price for this because I got it in a BoxyCharm. But if you're subscribed to BoxyCharm and you got this and you haven't tried it yet, or you're afraid to because you have oily skin, give it a whirl, especially try it out underneath your mattifying foundations, and you might really be surprised at the end result. Another thing I got in a subscription box this month was actually in my Ipsy bag, and this is from the brand called Seraphine Botanicals. It is the Raisin and Cream Long Lasting Creamy Lip Stain. And I've been sent quite a few products from this brand before in Ipsy, and I do really like it. It's something that like nobody talks about, but it is a natural beauty brand, which I am all about. And this is just like a little pretty lip crayon with a very creamy pigmented formula, and I just really like this color. It's sort of like a rosy nude. I think it's really pretty. It's incredibly hydrating on your lips. Like it legit feels like butter. I know that right now, because the crayon is still relatively sharp, it's very easy to kind of like carve out my lip line. As it dulls down, I know it's going to be a little bit more messy to apply. I may need to use a lip liner with this to kind of make the edges precise, because it is so opaque and pigmented, but it's pretty bomb. I do really like this, and to get it in a $10 subscription, I am sure this is worth more than the bag was by itself. This is a cruelty-free vegan brand, again, all natural ingredients, which I think is awesome. So if you haven't ever checked out Seraphine Botanicals and you're looking for more organic beauty, I think it's worth looking into, because I haven't been disappointed by the products I've tried from them so far. Ooh, and I have another lippy for you guys. So this one is something that I've had for a while now, but I've been reaching for it a lot lately. I got this at Gen Beauty New York back in September, and this was something like I picked the shade out, because when you went to the Makeup Forever booth, they let you pick whatever shade you wanted of the Artist, what are they called? Artist Liquid Matte Lipstick. So it's the Makeup Forever version of the liquid lipstick. This is the shade number 301, which I think is called Rust. And I am kind of just like obsessed with this, guys. And it's funny because this is kind of similar to the lip crayon. It's a little bit deeper, a little bit more brick kind of rust red, obviously colored, but this is such a nice formula. It does dry down matte, but it's very lightweight. It's got kind of one of those like liquidy formulas to it that feels very like light as air as it dries. It doesn't crack, it doesn't crumble, it still feels quite comfortable. It's also not 100% transfer proof, but it dries down pretty well. It doesn't stay creamy. It's not gonna like smear or smudge all over your lips throughout the day, which I appreciate. So I've been really enjoying this formula, really loving this color. I think it's just absolutely stunning for every day. I am a fan of kind of any lip product that has a slightly more warm or orangey undertone to it, because I have a more sort of yellow undertone to my complexion. And yeah, this is just that perfect sort of rosy, rusty nude. So if you haven't tried out this Artist Liquid Lip Formula, it's worth giving a swatch at Sephora because I think it's really nice. And then my one last like makeup favorite from the last month is a highlighter. This is again something I got in a BoxyCharm but several months ago, and I've worn this in a ton of my videos lately. I pretty much reach for this almost every single day. I've been having to like make myself use other highlighters because I love this one so much. I basically could just wear it and nothing else and be happy, but I want to like rotate through my collection. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the shade Prosecco Pop. This is like blinding golden goodness. It's absolutely stunning, especially on a more warm undertoned complexion. I think if you have very fair skin or a very pink undertone to your skin, this might look a little unnatural on you, but if you are someone that has slightly more medium skin tone or a more yellow undertone to their complexion, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Just look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. I think the thing I love most about the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector formula is that it's just so smooth and it doesn't emphasize texture on your skin. It adds like a really beaming glow that somehow doesn't look super unnatural. It's kind of weird because obviously no one's gonna have super glowy cheekbones normally, but it's just, it gives you this radiance that somehow seems to like melt into your skin, which is really nice. These are stupid expensive, I will say that much. I think they are obviously in the $30 price point. I don't know how close they are to $40. I honestly don't remember because my brain right now feels kind of shot, but I think they do have, not in Prosecco Pop, but in a lot of their popular shades, they do now offer a mini version of this, which honestly I think is the way to go if you're looking to try one of these out, because this is huge. Like, this pan is massive and you really don't need a lot of product to get a really beautiful glow on your skin. So it's gonna take me a century to hit pan on this, I swear to God. Like, even though I've been using it like almost every day this month, it barely even looks like I've touched it. And I have had this for months and have been using it fairly regularly. So if you've always wanted to try this formula, but the price tag is kind of giving you like that feeling of sickness in the pit of your stomach, get the mini version because it's gonna have plenty of product for you. You don't necessarily need to go for the full size, especially if the minis have one of the shades you've already wanted to try. So those are all of my like January favorites for you guys. I did want to share just two other things for those of you who are currently under the weather, like myself. A couple of things that I seriously cannot live without when I am sick. Dr. Teal's Epsom salts. I love these. I talk about them on my channel like frequently. Every Empties has a bag of these. This is a fresh, brand new one that I just got and haven't even cracked into it yet. But whenever I'm feeling sick, one of the best things is just to get in the bath, soak in some Epsom salts. They're great for relieving muscle aches and muscle tension. Plus the hot like water and all of the steam just helps to loosen up everything that's congesting you. It's great. Even if you're someone that normally doesn't take baths, if you're sick, just hop in the tub with like a generous handful of this stuff and it will make you feel like worlds better. The other thing, and I do believe you can get this at Ulta now, this is from the brand called Organic to Green. It's their Chap Guard Great Barrier Skin and Lip in the shade, or the shade, in the scent Cocoa Herbal Lavender. Basically, this is like an alternative to petroleum jelly. It's just like a little pot of skin salve. And it's full of all natural ingredients. It's got shea butter, olive oil, coconut oil, jojoba seed oil, a whole bunch of stuff, and it smells like lavender. This is amazing to basically slather all over any parts of you that get chapped when you're sick. Like if you're blowing your nose a lot and your nose is starting to get really red and chapped, you can put this on it and it makes your skin feel so much better. It's really great all over your lips, especially like I notice I get really dehydrated when I'm sick. I try to drink a lot of water and tea and fluids, but sometimes it's just like you're blowing your nose so much and everything, it's just sucking all the moisture out of your body. So this is just a great way to kind of like replenish that barrier, make yourself feel a little bit better, and I think it's a lot healthier and less pore clogging than petroleum-based products or anything with mineral oil in it. So if you're looking for a natural, cruelty-free alternative to putting Vaseline on your nose, get this stuff. Alright guys, so that's everything that I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for bearing with me, even though I'm like kind of out of it and not at all my normal self right now. Stay tuned on, I think, Monday next week. I'm going to be doing my currently testing update for January and then sharing with you guys the products I'm going to be testing out in February. So there are a lot of things that I also really loved this month that I'm going to be talking about in that video. I didn't want to be redundant and talk about them now, but a lot of the products that I tested out this month were really, really good. So stay tuned for that if you want to hear more of my recommendations. Again, if you're not already subscribed and you want to be kept in the loop for when I'm uploading my content, make sure you click that button. If you like favorites videos, give this one a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I hope you're not sick like me, and if you are, I hope you are feeling better very, very soon. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.